Hey everybody. So, let me first make sure that everything is working properly, and then I'll get into the video. Hey everybody. So, okay, everything is working properly. Awesome. Guys, this is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and only recently do I feel confident enough that I feel like I have enough information that I can now make Python tutorials on my YouTube channel, which is something I'm so psyched for. This is awesome. I love Python, favorite language, one of my favorite hobbies is coding in Python, and I'm really excited to do this with you guys. Let's get started. So, today is the first of hopefully many Python tutorials when I teach you how to code very simply in Python. And yeah, so let's get started right into it. So, let's get rid of this. And get rid of, nope, that's my video. Get rid of the text. Awesome. Today all we're going to be doing is very simple. We're just going to be installing Visual Studio Code. Now when you code, you need to code on something. Now you could code on like Microsoft Word and then pass it into a Python interpreter and it will run your script in Python, but that's not a lot of fun because Microsoft Word is not made to code in Python. It's made to write documents. There are programs that are made to code in Python, among other languages. Probably the most massive, like the most crazy program to code in Python is called PyCharm. I used that when I first started out. I did not like it because it was too big, and so I switched to VS Code. So all you have to do is go to your web browser, and I encourage you to do this with me. Type in VS Code. VS Code is made by Microsoft. It stands for Visual Studio Code. There is another program called Visual Studio that's a lot thicker. It's got a lot more stuff. It's going to be a lot harder to code on it. Not harder, but it's a much more heavy program. There's a lot more stuff in it. I like a little bit lighter, very simple things. I think I was going to do this, but I forgot. I'll talk to you guys while this is downloading. Anyway, so we want to go to download Visual Studio Code, or just click onto their main website, and then go up here. Download. I have deleted Visual Studio Code from this computer, so I can do it again. Download. We're going to be downloading for Windows. You could download for Linux or Mac. I've always coded on a Mac. Coding on a Windows is a new experience for me. I never have done this, but this is a Windows computer, so that's going to be fun. The normal operating system I feel like that a lot of developers use is Linux, and I think one day I'm probably going to switch over to that because it's the most customizable, I guess. We're just going to be downloading it for Windows. And so that starts the downloading process. Why do I feel qualified to teach you guys about Python? Well, I have been coding in Python for years now, I think. I got into it because Google made an AI to play StarCraft, and I looked up what language Google uses to code, and the most similar one was Python. So I started learning Python, and I fell in love with it. This summer, I got an internship at a company coding exclusively in Python and a little bit of HTML and a little bit of PostgreSQL. So I got a job, essentially, coding in Python. So I feel confident showing you guys about Python. So anyway, once it's finished installing Mac or Windows, just follow the instructions. I do accept the agreement. It's going to download in that path, okay? When you start learning more and more about coding, you're going to start working with paths a lot more. So I imagine a lot of you don't really know how to work with your computer from what's called the terminal or command prompt. Probably one day I'll show you guys more about that stuff, but you don't have to worry about that yet. Anyway, next. Setup will create the program short. Okay, fine. Next, yeah, just follow the instructions. What do I want to do here? Select the additional tasks you would like the setup to perform. Additional icons. Create a desktop icon. Nah. Other add open. Yeah, just add to path. I think is all we need. Okay. Next. Yeah. Okay. Install. It is installing, and as you see, it's installing very quickly. It's a very, very light program. It's very easy, and it's awesome. It's an awesome, awesome program. So. Something seems to be wrong with the live stream. Other add open. Yeah, just add to path. Okay, next. Yeah, okay, install. It is installing, and as you see, it's installing very quickly. It's a very, very light program. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can fix this. And it's awesome. Doesn't seem to be a problem. Okay, fine, whatever. Finish the installation process, and we now have Visual Studio Code installed on our computer, ready to go, guys. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. A few things you might want to customize on your window here. Let's get rid of this. We don't really need that anymore. Also get rid of League of Legends. I'm not playing that right now. A few things you might want to customize. Help improve Visual Studio Code by allowing... okay, leave me alone. A few things you might want to customize. First of all, this window is too small. It's like too narrow. I want it to be a little bit wider. So how do we customize things? Well, we go down to settings, I imagine. We will go on to settings. Text editor. Let's see this. Cursor is fine. Find is fine. Font is fine. Formatting. It might be in formatting. Format. This will just like make your code have the right indents and stuff when you save and stuff. I don't like this because it sort of messes around with my formatting that I choose to have, so I don't want to turn those on. But if you want to format and save and stuff, it's the thing that a lot of people do, and that's totally up to you. Window. New window. No, window. Just I want all this stuff here. Auto detect color screen. Close when empty. Double. So there's something unchecked here that I want to check. Double click icons to. So obviously you could just make the window bigger like this. But then once you close this window, any new windows that you open will be back to their original size, which I don't want. Controls whether a window should restore to full screen mode if it was exited in full screen. No. Restore windows. Controls how windows are being reopened after a restart. All. Yeah, but that's not what we're looking for. Title bar. No. Controls the dimensions. Here we go. Default. No, I want it to be inherit. Opens new windows with same dimensions as last active one. So this will open our new window with the same dimensions as this one after we close this one. And as you can see, when I close this, eventually after it saves, your changes are automatically saved to your... okay, fine. Saved as... okay, so once I close this, so now the thing is gone. We don't need that. And I reopen Visual Studio Code. It has the same dimensions as when I had closed it, so that is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Another thing I want to mess with real quick, and this is just stuff that I do. Feel free to explore the settings by yourself. Another thing that I like to mess with is the autosave. So controls autosave. Yeah, I want to automatically save my file that I'm working on window. A dirty editor is automatically saved when the editor loses focus. I think I usually have it on this one. So this basically means you're going to be having multiple files open at a time, like right here. So once you click off to a certain file, once you click off a certain file, it will automatically save the changes you made on the file that you just closed off. So I think that this is the one I like. I think this is it. Yeah. So we're gonna put that on there. Let's wait for it to save. And we are basically like I am done putting all the customizations I like to put on. You feel free to do whatever you want. And we don't even need this. We could close that out, and now we have this. The last thing that we need to make is. Not make. The last thing we need to install is something to code in Python with. And so you go over to, you see this tab over here? So you go over to the extensions tab, and there are so many extensions on Visual Studio Code to code in many different languages and to do a lot of different things. For example, Prettier will format your code in a very nice way every time you save it. Again, I don't like to use that. It messes with the formatting I choose to have, and I like the formatting I choose to have. That's why I have formatting when I make. Point is, we're not going to be using Prettier. I'm not going to be using Prettier. You could use Prettier, whatever you want. The thing we need to install is Python. Install. And so we're going to be installing this. This will allow us to code in Python. Another thing that I would like to install, is icons. VS Code icons, which creates a cooler looking icon for all your files. So every file will have an icon displayed right over here. And I like the icons set on this one. So set file icon thing. Yeah, okay. So I like the icons. For example, see now the icon changed a little bit. I prefer these icons. You could do whatever you want. Thanks for installing VS Code icons. Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. The last thing I want to install is Pylance? Is that what it's called? Here. I think it's this Perfect Rich Language Server for Python and VS Code. Pylance is an extension that works alongside Python and VS Code to provide performance language. So Pylance is a autocomplete thing in VS Code. Now, the Python extension that we just installed has its own autocomplete thing. It's called Jedi, Star Wars. I don't know why it's called Jedi, but I don't like it as much as Pylance. I think Pylance is better. That's why I use Pylance, so we're going to install Pylance. Let's wait for that to finish installing. I think there's probably something that we're going to have to do to make it switch over to Pylance. It is installed. Awesome. So now let's take a look at how do I see the extensions that I have installed. Perfect. This is the Python extension. Let's scroll down to the autocomplete thing that it uses. Where is it? It is installed. Feature contributions, channel log. I forgot how to do this. I haven't done it in a very long time. Bear with me. Would you like to make Python? Yes. Okay, perfect. This prompt just popped up. Yes. Would you like to make Pylance your default language server for Python? Yes. And reload the window. Awesome! We now have Pylance, I think, as our default Python interpreter, not interpreter, but language support thing for VS Code. Now, we will make our first program. So, you're going to want to have a folder to store all your programs. On Macs, this is going to be, like, you're going to go to your Finder and make a new folder. On Windows, you're going to go to your files and make a new folder wherever you want. So, I'm going to open up File Explorer, or we might be able to do it here. Let's open folder here. Yeah, let's just open folder. And we're not actually going to be opening a folder, we're going to be creating a folder. So where do we want to store this folder? I'm going to put it in Documents. On my Mac, I have, on my Mac, I think that it will automatically save any files you, how am I supposed to explain how to do this on a Mac? Go to your Finder, and just put the folder on your desktop for now until you learn how to use Finder properly. If you don't know how to use Finder properly, just put it on your desktop, put the folder in your desktop, which is, like, cancel for now, which is just right here. Like, just right-click, make a folder, and then try and open that from VS Code. Until you learn how to use Finder properly, I highly recommend it. It's very easy to use, and one day you're going to learn how to use Terminal correctly, which is how you interact with a Finder via text. All of this is stuff that you're probably going to learn at some point. Don't worry about it now. I'm just going to put the folder in my documents. What am I going to call it? I'm going to call it Python Projects. This is not selecting the folder. Yeah, this is not creating a folder. This is selecting a folder. Yeah, it does not exist. It doesn't exist yet. If I right-click, can I make a folder, please? New folder. Okay, new folder, Python Projects. In here, I'm going to be putting all of my Python projects. So I have just made that folder, and now I will open said folder. Yay! Now, yeah, so you're not actually going to be putting, you're going to be putting folders, funnily enough, inside this folder. And the first, so I'm going to make a folder. I'm going to call it Teaching Python. And I encourage you to not use spaces. I encourage you to start getting used to using underscores. Teaching Python. That's a new folder. So now I don't actually want to have this big folder open and also have this little folder open. I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to restart VS Code. And I'm going to select my new folder that I just, damn it, it's still in this folder. How do I get out of here? I'm just going to control open a new folder, and I'm going to put it in. So automatically it brought me to Documents, and it automatically brought me to Python Projects. And here I could select anything I want to open. I will open this one. Thank you. I want to open this one. Like, I want to open it. You're not being helpful. You know that? This is not helpful at all. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to make a new window, and we're going to, that's a new file. That's not what I wanted at all. Right-click here, new window. Thank you. We're going to, in this window, control open, and we're going to go to Python Projects, and we're going to select this one, and we're going to open this one, and you're still not being helpful. You're being, okay, I guess I just have to type in the name. Teaching Python. What the freak happened? Control open opens a file, not a folder. Interesting. Okay. That's weird. Open folder? Okay. Interesting. Select folder. Awesome. Now we have that open, and we're going to get rid of... Which window am I not on? It's this one. Awesome. So now we're inside of the Teaching Python folder. Yay! Now we can actually start coding in Python. I'm not going to do a crazy code in this tutorial. That's going to be saved for the next tutorial. For now, we're going to be doing a very simple, very, very simple code. It's the code that I did when I first started, and it's the code everyone does when they first start coding in a specific language. And it is going to be, so let's call this page hello, that's not how you spell hello, hello world, and to tell it that it's a Python file, put .py. Again, the way that I said that I want to make a new file, I went up here, I clicked the new file button, hello world.py, enter, we now have a new Python file. In here is where we code our Python script. And there's a little run button over here when you want to run it. Tip, you can change the Python interpreter to use Python by clicking on the Python interpreter. Got just a few extra lines, that's how I like to code. Follow along exactly what I code, and I will explain to you what it does. Print, parentheses, quotes, hello world. That's yeah, and that automatically saves when I lose focus. Yeah, I clicked on this to lose focus on this thing, and it automatically saved because of the setting that we messed with previously. Run this code. Down here is the output, and it prints hello world along with many other things. For example, this I guess is the first time you ever run something. It prints this, and this is the path that you're running this code on. This massive thing over here. And this is the actual output of the code. I could put in some exclamation points. And we do Control-K. Not Control-K, that's how it is on Mac. How do you clear the window on a... Control-C? No. Control-K. Control-K. How do you clear the window... Oh, wow! I just pressed a hotkey that I did not know what that did. How do you clear the terminal, the window, on Windows is the question. We can always just Google it. When you code, you're going to find that you are going to be using Google a lot. It's going to be your best friend. How to clear not terminal. Well, I guess it is terminal. Fine. Terminal. VS Code in Windows. How to clear terminal in VS Code in Windows. Okay. To clear the terminal in VS Code, simply press Control plus Shift plus P. Control Shift P. Awesome. So we're going to go to the terminal. Control Shift P. That did not help. Oh, I guess that's not helpful. You're not being helpful. No. No. Control, type in terminal to clear. Also, you can go to view and taskbar, upper left corner. Is there not a hotkey to simply just... No way. Use Control-K to clear the terminal. That's what I did. I did that. Didn't work. I'm pressing Control-K. Whoa! I just right-clicked and this happened. I don't know what that is. Hopefully it's not sensitive information that I don't want you guys to have. I guess we could automatically program in that this clears the terminal, but I don't want to do that. That's too complicated for this video. But this is not possible for Linux and VS. For Linux, I want Windows. I need a Windows thing. If you're in Mac, it's Command plus K. I know that. To clear the terminal using default key bindings on the newest version, you press Control-L. Dubious, but okay, I'll give it a try. That did it. That worked. Okay, Control-L, clear the terminal. Awesome. If you're on Mac, it's Control-K. Fine. What did we just do? Well, we used what is called a function. Functions, kind of like in math, take in an input. Not all the time, though, but most of the time they take in an input, and they do something with that input. They either modify it, or they literally do something with it. In our case, this is a print function, which is an automatically built-in function in Python, which prints whatever you pass into it to your console, to your terminal. There are many other pre-programmed functions in Python. I encourage you to take a look at them. Print is something that I use every day because very often in code you're working with a lot of variables. You don't really know what all of them are at a given time. The only way you can really find out is just to print it, to literally print it to your console. Print could take in many things. The reason why this is in quotes is because it is called a string. It is, very simply, a bunch of text. It is a string of text. And this could have literally anything in it. You could put a % in here, and it will just print that out. Hello %world. Like inside quotes, you are king. You could also put numbers inside of quotes, but it's not a number, it's a string. Control. Oh, that is a very bad shortcut, but okay. 6. It prints out 6. This is not a number. This is a string. It's literally just text. To our computer, it doesn't know what this is. It thinks it's just text. You could also print out numbers, so just a 5 by itself. 5. See? You cannot just print out words. Hello. You cannot do this. This will throw an error. This is an error. But if you put it inside quotes, and in VS Code to put something inside quotes, you just go like that. It doesn't even have to be double quotes. It could be these single quotes like this. But then you might ask me, it knows that the string is over because of this quote right here. It knows that this string has ended because of this quote. What if I want to print quotes? What if I want to print? What if I want to print hello, but inside quotes? This will not work. This will throw an error. Let's try that out. Error. The way you do that is you just show it which kind of quotes you want to use. So if you want to do it like that, you just go like this, double quotes, and then you could put in single quotes, and inside of that you could put in hello. That's hello. I'm not a very fast typer. I'm still a good coder though, so don't worry. You don't need to be a fast typer. And this will print out hello inside of quotes, you see? Anyway, the print function is a cool little function, but this tutorial was basically just about setting up and printing out your first line of code, which is print hello world. And your Python journey has begun. I'm so excited for you because it was a lot of fun for me, and I'm still experiencing a Python journey. I don't know half as much as there is to know, and I'm so excited, and I'm pumped for you. Like, this is going to be so much fun for you. So go to the next tutorial, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to end the live stream now. Good luck. Okay? You can do it. You're going to be great.